together, newcomers, but also you coming back was a big deal.
Yes, sir.
This season.
Well, only thing I can say is like I feel like we're gonna have a great team this year. We just gotta come out and just do what we got to do. And with the coaches around us, I feel like we'll definitely be where we need to be this season.
We've been near a year now.
Yeah.
I've asked you, I think, maybe in the summer, I asked you about.
Yes, sir.
You came from an SEC school. Does
Yes,
this
sir.
feel like an SEC program? Same question a year later. You know
Yes,
a lot
sir.
more about OU now.
Yes,
Does this
sir.
feel like an SEC place?
Yes, sir, it does. And business is business when you're on the field. You have your fun off the field, but when you're on the field, everything is business. And I feel like that's what separates a lot of programs. So yes, I definitely feel like it's SEC, SEC environment, like from the coaches to the players, like everybody bought in.
How about on the field or on the practice field? Does it feel like SEC competition
Yes, sir.
in practice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of trash talking. It's a lot more trash talking than the SEC. I can say that for playing in there. It's a lot more trash talking than they be getting out there on the field. So I like trash talking. So everybody been trash talking and stuff like. But we all still at the end of the day we come together as a team. So like yes, sir. It's definitely been.
Do you start the trash talking on occasion?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
What do your teammates ever ask you? What's it like? What's it going to be like? Any of those things?
They used to ask me, but at the end of the day, I feel like football is football. You know, I say it's more physical, but at the end of the day, football is football, and everybody you're gonna get it. Once you get in it, like you're gonna get adjusted. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I feel like everything once you play is just football at the end of the day.
Were you glad the Vols got on the schedule for year one?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Were
sir.
you?
I'm happy. Yes, sir. I did not expect that, and it was amazing to see that. To go back and play them boys. Yes, sir.
What stood out to you so far about Zach and Ali?
Sir, Coach Ali, he's a great mind. He's a great mind, Coach Ali. He's like, for real, like him and Coach Fee are two of the smartest men that I ever met in my life. And like he's just a great mind, and he has a great personality, and like he stays on us and he makes it simple, and like the memes and stuff, like he have fun in the memes, like he crack jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't expect him to be cracking jokes, but he definitely cracked jokes and stuff. So he's funnier and he has a personality. Yes, sir.
Dijon, does this defensive line room look like the defensive line rooms you've seen when you were in the SEC?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it does. We got a lot of talented guys, and a lot of guys like Jaden Jackson, G-Baby, Grayson Halton, Stone, everybody, Sears, like everybody's bought in, Champ, everybody's bought in. So that's the main thing I'll say about like D-line rooms is like everybody's bought in, everybody want to like show that they're the best. So yes, sir, I feel like it's definitely.
So when people maybe in the SEC trying to talk about the Sooners saying you guys can't compete in the trenches, do you feel like there's any worry of that, or are you guys going to be fine?
To be honest, we're going to try our best every game, day in and day out. And you can't worry about the naysayers. Just got to handle your business, come in, do your best every day. So, yes, sir.
On the other side, these new offensive linemen that are out here replenishing, how have they been going up against them?
Yes, sir, they've been pretty good. For Becci, that's who I mainly go against a lot. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yes, sir. So he's been a great addition to the team.
What was your reaction when the Jacob news came down? Obviously, crushing for him as far as having to retire, but as far as bigger leadership role, stuff like that, did you have to take on more of that with kind of a young defensive line group?
Yes, sir. It was like I told them earlier. It was crushing to see Lacey having to stop playing. He was like real life my brother, for real. He was on my rack in the weight room, everything like that. Like we talk, we communicate. We live in the same neighborhood and everything. So like it definitely like crushed me to like see him like having to go through this. But it also brought my spirit back up, seeing him being so positive and him not being down on himself, him still being here, trying to help us get better when he can't even be out here, you know. That's something that I really respect about him, because honestly, like, he don't have to be out here, but he's still out here trying to help us and things like that. So like that made my love increase even more for Lacey.
How have you as like a leader grown over this last year as you're more familiar with the program, all that stuff?
It's grown to where I can because I'm the type of guy, if I feel like if I'm not doing good, how am I gonna correct somebody else? That's the type of guy I am. So just being in the system and just knowing the playbook, like I can, and I know that I'm doing the right things, like I can actually allow myself to like get on people, even though I get on people a lot. I used to, last year also, but like it's like I feel more comfortable and like, you know, it's a respect to me. It's respecting myself, you know, like just knowing that I know the playbook. So when they be like, oh, he trying to correct me, he don't even know he doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I went through that as a freshman and stuff like that. So that's right, it definitely helps a lot that I've been in the system.
You mentioned Zach Alley. People have compared him to Brent Venables. Do you see many similarities there?
Yes, sir, it is. Like I said earlier, I mean, they're both great minds. Like they're two of the smartest men that I ever met in my life. Honestly, it's crazy just how their knowledge of football, like how they break everything down to us and make it in a simpler form for us. Like and the stuff that they teach us, like it's not only about defensive line play. We learn formations and all that type of stuff, and that was something that I never really learned before I got with Coach V and Coach Alley. So it's been amazing just learning more and more about the game of football from them.
I'm sure you've been asked this, but what were the first couple of things that stood out to you about David and Jaden when they kind of arrived?
First couple of things that stood out to me about David and Jaden. I mean, they were competitors. You can see that from day one. I mean, even from matches. They was always trying to be in front. They was always in the front. They was always talking. They was always going hard. Everything like that. So that really stood out to me. And then we got on the field. They was physical. They were aggressive. They fast. They twitchy. They know what they're doing. You know, it was in their instincts are just top tier. Like for them to be a freshman, like their instincts are crazy, and things like that. So yes, sir, that's the main thing that stood out to me about them.
I noticed they don't hide from drills. I mean,
Yes, sir.
they jump right into them. And
Yes, sir, they do. And that's something that a lot of freshmen don't do, because you know when you first come into a program, you're like, okay, like I don't want to get everything wrong. I'm nervous, you know, but they don't have that. They like, okay, like I'm here, I'm ready to work. I came here to play, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know. So yes, sir.
So I know you've probably been asked a lot.